In this video, we go over some of the newest players to join the Premier League or change sides and could be great assets for us in the FPL game. From cheap defenders to strikers getting their opportunity to shine, all of that coming up next. What the flock is going on, and welcome to the FPL Today YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for joining me for this video about some of the newest players to the Premier League or players that have moved from one Premier League club to another who could have an effect on your Fantasy Premier League season. So if you've been enjoying the content on this channel so far this season, please do hit that like button, because one hit on that like button helps out a content creator that is suffering in this sweltering heat trying to make videos for you guys. So go down there, smash that like button, and we're going to start off this video with the player you see on your screen, and that is Luis Sinisterra. I hope I got the pronunciation right there, but he has come to the Premier League, joining Leeds from Feyenoord in the Eredivisie. So he's a 6.5 million midfielder in the game, which, to be honest, I think could be just a little bit too high a price. If it'd come in at 6 or 5.5, then I'd be very excited for this guy. The reason I'm not that excited is because you've got options like Martinelli or Pedro Neto, who have a little bit more pedigree in the Premier League, who come in at cheaper than this guy. So 6.5 million I think was a bit too much, but if he proves to be a success at Leeds and in the Premier League, maybe he will come into our thinking. Leeds don't have the greatest start to the season with the likes of Wolves, Chelsea, Brighton Hove Albion and Brentford, with a lot of away fixtures in there as well. So this is someone that we can wait and see on. However, last season for Feyenoord, he did score 12 goals, which put him 10th in the Eredivisie for goals scored, and got 7 assists, giving him a goals and assist at 19, which put him 9th in the Eredivisie. None of his goals came from penalties, which meant non-penalty goals. He got 7th. And he also got assists per 90 at 0.37, putting him 9th in the league, and 78 shots on goal, putting him 10th. With 34 on target, putting him 6th in the Eredivisie. So he was clearly one of the main players in that league. So it'll be interesting to see how he converts over to the English Premier League. Next up is a player I am quite excited about, and it is Aaron Hickey. Now, I'm not going to lie, before this video, I'd never heard of this guy. But as I was on Sky Sports going through the done deals, we saw that Aaron Hickey had joined Brentford from Bologna. Probably butchered that name too. Apologies to any Italians. What excites me so much about this guy is he's joining a Brentford side that hopefully are on an upward trajectory in the Premier League, who do seem to be trying to improve that starting 11 and do buy players based off of a certain model. There is videos out there on the Brentford model. I believe Tifo did a great one, and they've got this player in who got 5 goals and 1 assist last season. That was goals per 90 at 0.16 and assists per 90 at 0.03, giving goals and assists per 90 at 0.19. So it's not like he's blown away the stats as far as I believe he is an attacking left back. However, shots on target, he got 61.9% of his shots on target, which put him 2nd in the Serie A for shots on target. He got beaten by someone that played less than 1,000 minutes. So actually in the top 5 leagues in Europe, he was the top for shots on target in the entire league. So if he could potentially find a bit more of a clinical touch, he's already finding the target, he just needs to get it past the goalkeeper. And goals per shot, he was at 0.24, putting him 3rd in the Serie A as well. So the fact that he's an attacking wing back with those kinds of shots on target and goals per shot, I'm hoping that he can improve as a player and move forward and then have some great returns for a cheap defender in the Fantasy Premier League. However, we don't know his price yet, so if he's anything over 4.5, I think he's completely out of thinking for now. Brentford's fixtures isn't too difficult. They do have home games against Everton and Leeds, with away games against the likes of Fulham. So this could be a player that makes me consider not having David Raya in goal. Moving on, and this is a player that should have been in my budget players video, and I apologise. I overlooked him somehow while I was doing all the graphics in that video, but Nico Williams, 4 million, moving to Nottingham Forest. I think Nico Williams could be an absolutely fantastic player for our teams this season, coming in at the 4 million price tag. Now, his stats aren't anything to write home about, but he is there to allow you to spend more money elsewhere. And if he's playing regularly, who knows how well he could do having come from Liverpool. He did get 2 goals and 2 assists for Fulham in the Championship last season, so it will be interesting to see how well he can do in the Premier League. He did have 19 shots on goal with 6 on target, giving him shots on target of 31.6%. But the problem is, of course, if you are relying on him to be one of your starting 11, the fixtures will always be difficult for a team that's just been promoted. So he is pretty much a bench player, but there's a little hope that we could be looking at the next Lundstrom or someone like that who comes in at such a cheap price tag and proves to be a valuable asset to our FPL sides. Next up, we've got Tyrone Malacia. Again, apologies. I'm going to butcher names, trust me. So get used to it, unfortunately. But we're talking about a player that has come to Man United from the Eredivisie to join at Ten Hag. And Ten Hag has wanted this player when he was an Ajax manager. So now he's got him as the Manchester United manager. And there's only one stat that he really topped tables at in the Eredivisie, and that was tackles won, which is why I've included it here. 56 tackles won, putting him 4th best in the Eredivisie. He did get 1 goal and 4 assists, but otherwise his stats aren't anything to write home about. But potentially he could be very important to Ten Hag's system, and he comes in at a price of 4.5 million, which could be a great way into a Man United defence if they do start to turn things around there. The fixtures aren't great for Man United, with the likes of Arsenal and Liverpool mixed amongst the first 6, but potentially Tyrone Malacia could be someone that could play an important part for us in this Fantasy Premier League season. And then finally we get to Gabriel Jesus, who we all know about from Man City going to Arsenal. He comes in at what I believe is a very nice £8 million price tag. And with 8 goals and 8 assists last season, remember he wasn't a starting player. The assists actually saw him 10th in the Premier League for assists with 8. That also gave him goals and assists at 16, and his assist per 90 at 0.38 also put him 7th best for assists per 90, and goals and assists per 90 at 0.77 put him 8th best in the league. So this is a player that knows the Premier League, we've all seen before, but now potentially he is the main man at Arsenal. So I'm very interested in getting Gabriel Jesus in as part of my FPL season. Now, with fixtures that look very good on paper, Leicester at home, Bournemouth away, Fulham at home and Aston Villa at home in the first 6 from game weeks 2 to 5, I want some Arsenal coverage, and I think Gabriel Jesus could have a fantastic start to the season, considering game week 1 is Crystal Palace away as well. So that's 5 fixtures where he could find his feet and find the net plenty of times. Shots on target last season was at 33.3%, so I'm definitely excited to get Gabriel Jesus in amongst my starting 11 this season. Anyway guys, that is it for this video. So if you enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button, as we obviously, all of us creators, put in a lot of work to make videos for you guys, and it is really hot today. So any positive vibes on this video would be much appreciated. Get involved in the comments down below about any new signings that you'd like to see in videos like this. Also make sure to check out top link in the description, Fantasy Football Hub, where a lot of this data has come from. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date with FPL Today's videos on YouTube. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.